Do you remember when I said I was on a book ban? Didn't last long. Yeah, so I went to Bath this week, or Bath as you southerners call it. I've actually been before previously for my husband's birthday a couple of years back, but we decided to go down to Bath because I really wanted to go to Mr. Bees. So yeah, so we booked an Airbnb for a couple of days. Really nice. I was actually, like, health-wise, I was okay. Actually managed to have a walk around the city, which was nice. And obviously I went to Mr. Bees, went to a little coffee shop called, oh, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to leave the name. It's one of those like cool artsy coffee shops, which I felt a little bit a bit geeky for. But yeah, I went into one of those. And then also we went to the cinema and the Everyman cinema. I think it's the Tivoli Bath one. And we went to watch the Bob Marley film, which was a little disappointing. It was okay. It wasn't amazing. But yeah, anyway, enough about that. Whilst I was editing, I just wanted to quickly explain like my trip to Bath, because it kind of sounds like, I don't know, like obviously as I was going through the video, I was explaining what I was doing. Like I obviously went to Mr. Bees and Mr. Bees bookshop, and I was walking around the city and went to a coffee shop and went to the cinema, and for someone who is like able, that's just kind of like a normal day to them, like a normal sort of, they could probably do that in a day, whereas me, it was split over like 2 days. And yeah, like I just wanted to clear up, like, I don't know if you guys might be thinking, oh yeah, like big deal, like that's not really, you know, it's not really like, you didn't do much for a city break. I just wanted to explain, especially for anyone who's new as well. I have long COVID. I've had it for almost 3 years, so since June 2021. And I don't know if I'm a severe case, but I was really like bedbound, like bedridden for the first 6 months of having it. Really had like any difficulty like walking and speaking, and it was just incredibly hard. So everything I've known about life has kind of been stripped back, and I've had to essentially start again. Like I couldn't work for 18 months. I couldn't see any friends or family for months and months because I just couldn't stand, like, the sensory overload was mad. Like I had to sleep in, had to be in like darkness sometimes, just from the sunlight was just too much. Or noise as well. I had to wear like headphones and a eye mask, things like that. So to get up to where I am now, where I can take a few hours in the car journey, and then obviously being out for quite a few hours and things like that, is like a huge improvement from where I was almost 3 years ago. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up just in case, like, because I know how it kind of sounds. And for me, I guess what it is if I have to pace myself because I have chronic fatigue, I have PM, which is post-exertional malaise. So anything which causes exertion, like exercise and even watching TV, reading, things like that, all these things that can cause exertion can lead to a crash if I'm not careful and don't pace. So everything has to be done in a very slow way now, rather than you know, I can't just get up and have a shower and make my breakfast and get dressed in like half an hour. I'd have to do that, well, I don't know if anyone could do that, but all in like an hour. I'd have to do it in like the space of maybe like 2 hours or so. Yeah, because otherwise it will lead to a crash and I'll just be in bed for like a day or two or weeks or whatever, which is just horrible. I don't want that. Plus I have a job as well, so I need to be able to make sure that I'm healthy enough to work. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to clear that up anyway, because I know it probably sounds like a little pathetic that, like, oh, big deal, you went to a coffee shop or you went to the cinema. That's what we all do. But I guess I just wanted to clear it up for people who are not aware of this disability, essentially. I was completely ignorant and unaware of it. Pre-June 2021, I was completely healthy and fine, didn't really know anything about chronic illness, if I'm honest with you. Didn't know that anybody could be ill permanently for this long. So just wanted to bring a bit of awareness as well. So yeah, anyways, I hope that clears things up, and back to the video. Went to Mr. Bees Emporium. Oh my gosh, I loved it in there. I think I was in there for maybe about an hour, maybe. And oh my gosh, like all the staff was so friendly, so nice. The one bookseller I was speaking to her, and I was talking about that I had recently finished Such a Fun Age, and she was saying about Come and Get It is better than Such a Fun Age. So I was like, oh, okay, you've convinced me to buy it. So I was gonna buy it anyway because I was really enjoying Such a Fun Age. But anyway, I did buy a total of 4 books, I think. So I allowed myself to splurge a little bit, because I was like, I'm not going to be in Bath. I don't know when the next time I'm going to go to Bath. So I thought, I just went to Mr. Bees because I think I didn't want to overdo it too much myself health-wise. So I just thought I'd concentrate and go in there. They had so many amazing books in there. They had a good children's section. They had a good YA section. Just any possible genre you can think of is in Mr. Bees. And just in general, it's just such a fantastic bookshop. So yeah, I'll show you what I bought quickly. Just got 4 books here. So let's get the receipt out the way. So the first book, I don't even think I can say the name, because I'll probably get demonetized, and I don't know if might have to blur it. Oh, I got this really nice bookmark as well, which is quite cute. So yeah, the first book I got is Weird F's by Lynn Tillman. This was recommended by one of the workers from Mr. Bees. And yeah, to be honest, the cover took me by surprise, and I just thought, oh, okay, that sounds a bit me. So it's a brilliant novella from a legendary figure in American fiction. So it says, a young woman drifts through dimly lit bars and rented rooms, reporting from the erogenous zones of New York and Europe. Encountering increasingly bizarre sexual situations, she turns her curious, comic and fierce eye onto the contemporary world of sex and desire. The men of this world evade and simper. They prey, preen, and fall hopelessly in love. In the narrator's deadpan portraits, we see young women indulging their freedom through hope and disappointment, and young men wearing various guises of masculinity. This novella surprises with unlikely Fs, disturbing Fs, outlandish Fs, and some truly weird Fs, all written with the smart, elegant and tough style which could only be that of Lynn Tillman. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. I think the bookseller I was talking to, she said this was published back in like the 70s, so quite radical for that time. So yeah, it's a really, really tiny book. So again, sometimes I get annoyed that you have to pay like £10 for a really small book like this, but I guess if it's a good story, I guess it's worth it, isn't it? So how many pages? Like only about just over 100 pages. So yeah, so let me know if you've read this one, if it's a good one. I do have a large stack of books, so I really don't want to buy any more books, but there's just been so many amazing books that have come out this year. So yeah, anyway, so I've got this one. The next book I got was Love by Toni Morrison, and I just was fascinated and compelled with these covers. So there was a few different covers. They had The Girls by Emma Cline on there as well. I don't know if you can see that, but I just thought the cover of this was so beautifully illustrated, and that's what kind of drew me to this. And also, I haven't read Toni Morrison, so it's kind of a bit of a gamble. I do have is it Beloved? Yeah, I do have Beloved, which I was planning on to read in February, but I just didn't get around to it. Thought this sounded good anyway, and I've just heard I think I will like Toni Morrison anyway, but I just wanted to buy this for the cover, to be honest, but I thought it was really amazing. So it says, do they call it infatuation? That magic axe that chops away the world in one blow, leaving only the couple standing there trembling. May, Christine, Heed, Junior, Vida, even Elle are all women obsessed with Bill Cozy. He shapes their yearnings for a father, husband, lover, guardian and friend. This is an audacious vision from a master storyteller on the nature of love, its appetite, its sublime possession, and its consuming dread. Sensual, elegiac, and profoundly sensitive to just how alive the past can be, love comes full circle to that indelible, overwhelming first love that marks us forever. Spine-tingling, mind-altering, and deliciously atmospheric journey into the dark side of America with 9 of its most uncanny classics. Okay, so these are all like the classics that they've turned into like this sort of American Gothic style. So yeah, they did Love by Toni Morrison. So yeah, I think it's I just had to get this cover. I've never seen this cover of a Toni Morrison book before, just any book in general. I just really liked the illustration, let's be honest. And I obviously read up the story of love, and I thought, okay, that's definitely something I would like to be interested in reading as well. So I got that. I also picked up the Virgin Suicides by, oh gosh, how do you say it? Jeffrey Eugenides, is it? My bad, it's Eugenides. So Jeffrey Eugenides. So I got that wrong. Oh well, back to the video. I know this is a classic book. This has been on my TBR for a while. And this I feel like this would be really interesting to read. I think it might be quite difficult to read. It has a recommendation from Emma Klein as the author of The Girls. So I guess it's kind of that sort of culty type sort of book. So yeah, I think this is obviously, as I said, this is a modern classic. So I know a lot of people have probably read this, but I'll just read the blurb for anyone who doesn't know this. So the 5 Lisbon sisters, beautiful, eccentric, and now gone, had always been a point of obsession for the entire neighbourhood. Although the boys that once loved them from afar have grown up, they remain determined to understand a tragedy that has defied explanation. The question persists: why did all 5 of the Lisbon girls take their own lives? This lyrical and timeless tale of sex and suicide that transforms and mythologizes suburban middle American life announced the arrival of one of the greatest American novelists of the last 30 years. Wow. So yeah, this is, I've heard good things about this. I think it's going to be quite eerie, quite dark. I think it might be quite a hard, tough one to read, but I'm very interested. So yeah, pick that one up. And last but not least, I picked up Come and Get It by Kylie Reid. Honestly, I had to really stop myself because there were so many books I wanted to get, but I'm really on a budget. Like, I really have to be good with my money. I'm trying to like save up and stuff. So I just gave myself like a budget of £50. So I think, how much did I spend? I think it was £46 I spent. £46. So 47 to be honest, if you're going to round it up. But yeah, I did really want to get this. As I've said, I've just finished Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid, and I really enjoyed it. And I was chatting to the bookseller, and she said that this was better than Such a Fun Age, and just the ending, she didn't know where it was going to go. So yeah, I really wanted to get this. This is a set in academia, so I think I'll really enjoy that. I did go over this in one of my previous videos, but I'll just explain now. So the synopsis, it says, Millie wants to graduate, get a job and buy a house. She's slowly saving up from her job on campus, but when a visiting professor offers her an unusual opportunity to make some extra money, she jumps at the chance. Agatha is a writer recovering from a breakup while researching attitudes towards weddings and money for her new book. She strikes gold when interviewing the girls in Millie's dorm, but her plans take a turn when she realises that the best material is unfolding behind closed doors. As the two women form an unlikely relationship, they soon become embroiled in a world of roommate theatrics, vengeful pranks and illicit intrigue, and are forced to question just how much of themselves they are willing to trade to get what they want. Sharp, intimate and provocative, Come and Get It takes a lens to our money-obsessed society in a tension-filled story about desire, consumption and bad behaviour. So yeah, I mean, £17 for a book is quite steep, to be honest with you. I didn't realise how much it cost, but hopefully I enjoy it. Like I said, I really like Kylie Reid's writing, and hopefully it's all good. So yeah, so that's my mini haul from Mr. Bees and my little trip to Bath. Oh yeah, I didn't say, like, the Airbnb we stayed at was so nice. It was nice because they had a massive bookshelf And there were so many books on there which I had heard of just because of joining BookTube, and then just books that I've read before. Like I think there was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. There was New Moon on there. There was some Joan Didion. There was obviously some like classic books like Jane Austen. There was like some other authors which I haven't read, but I've heard of from being on BookTube. So it was quite nice to peruse the bookshelves and see what the Airbnb owner is reading. But anyway, yeah, nice and short and sweet video. I really am gonna try and be on a book ban now, or just I just want to read a lot more and just want to recommend a lot more books rather than just saying here's the books that I got. Also, any video recommendations, please let me know, as I'm feeling a little stuck on like what content to make. Obviously I don't want to be like performative and just, do you know what I mean? I just kind of want to mix it up a little bit and see what I can do. So yeah, any video suggestions, let me know. Yeah, hopefully I'll film my Q&A in a bit as well. So yeah, but anyways, I hope you guys are all well. I hope you're reading great books. Let me know what you are reading, any recommendations. Have you read any of these books? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll check them out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.